Hi everyone, today we're going to be making pop-up books. And pop-up books are super fun. You can use pretty much any size paper, although I recommend using a stiffer type of paper. So use either cardstock or construction paper, otherwise it'll be too floppy. So first thing you're going to do is take any size paper. You're going to fold it in half, so match those vertices again. And then you're going to decide how many objects you want to pop up. So I usually start with teaching the kids just how to make one. They're going to cut 2 parallel snips the same height. The longer the snips, the bigger the pop-up. So it should be like this. Then I have them fold it one way, turn it over, and fold it the other way. And make sure this is on the folded side. So when you open it up, it pops out and there's a little ledge right here. I teach the kids that basically below the line here is going to be your ground line. So I'll use Sharpie just so you can see it. And then I usually have them do some sort of writing above here and some sort of picture up here, whatever the setting happens to be. So let's just say it was, I don't know, a mountain setting. And you can have your sky up here, birds, whatever you'd like. But I want it to be nice and large. And I literally color over the pop-up part as if it's not there. So if you were just to quickly color this in, I'm going to color straight over it. That way it blends in when you go to do the pop-up part. And make sure you use colored pencils that are sharp. Okay, so once the whole background is colored in and you can finish filling in the sky, etc., then you decide what it is you want to pop up. So I give just, again, scraps of paper that's a little bit stiffer. And you can draw anything you want. If you were to draw, let's see, a tree, I want them to draw large. And I would, of course, have them color it much nicer than this. And then I don't want them to pop up the rectangular part because that looks silly. So they actually have to cut out whatever it is they drew. And that's the part that's going to be popping up. So making these 3D shapes is so much fun for the kids, but they'll also quickly learn it can't be too narrow or it won't stick. And then we just take a glue stick, put glue only at the part that's going to touch the pop-up part like this. And of course you'd have more backgrounds and things in there. And then if we're doing a storybook or if we're doing social studies, I have the kids write at the bottom. They can use as many pages as they need. But let's say they wanted more than one pop-up. So again, we fold our paper, we have the fold. We're gonna cut parallel cuts. And you can do as many things as you want popping up. Usually 2 or 3 is good enough. So they fold it one way, turn it over, fold it the other way. And again, once they open it, it pops through. And then they can do the same thing, color the background, decide what's going to pop up, and do the writing. So the way that you attach these pages is you take the bottom of one page to the top of the next page, and you can use glue, or I find staples to be a lot faster. You're just going to staple each corner, and each corner at the top where it folds. And you can use as many pages as you like. If it's a thin book, you can just put construction paper on it. But if it's a thicker book, I like to use cardstock or poster board. I would stick it down so that I leave a little bit of an edge. And then you can take your ruler and you're going to score it. Scoring it just means you take the ruler, and do not have the kids do this, but you're gonna hold it, sorry, let me hold it down, and you're just going to run the ruler edge right along here so it folds. Makes a nice fold but doesn't cut through. And depending how thick it is, you'll see where the next edge is and how many inches that you need to do it. And again, I would hold it and then just draw your ruler down. Whoops. Fold it. So you have a spine here. And then you can stick as many pages as you need inside. So here's an example of a big class book where they actually had so much to write that they did it on the computer and just glued it down. But you can see this student did 2 pop-ups. Other students just did 1 pop-up. And you can just keep attaching as many pages as you need. And then if you notice, this is the book spine depending on how thick it was. And then we just glued the pages up here at the top. You can use any size paper. So if you were to do something smaller, you could then just take a piece of construction paper and glue it flat inside. And those are pop-up books.